Some people say I have an unhealthy relationship with my cars, that I spend too much time with them or something. Bye, babe. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what they're talking about. I'll keep dreaming. Well, alright, it is a little bit warmer now, so we're out in the shop. The snow's melting off a little bit. And I already got the respirator on because I'm going to be cutting some metal. We're going to be making our second A-pillar mount, piece of metal, angle, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to be cutting and grinding quite a bit of metal, so I went ahead, put a little respirator on because I don't want to breathe all that stuff in. So I'm going to use the old one here in order to mark out another piece on the rest of the scrap metal that we have over there. Go ahead and start cutting that out and cleaning it up as well, and well, after that I guess I got to design the back mounts. Well, this is kind of the not so fun portion of doing this. We just need to cut and sand a bunch of metal, so it's just going to take some time.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen.
Are you still recording? Yes, we are. Can you see? Maybe if I stand in front of the sun. All right, whenever I use something that's a little thicker to mark metal, I like to mark which edge I need to cut on. So like this, I need to cut the outside of that line. So we'll leave the line. Same up there. And here, basically if it's a line, I just means I cut directly on that line. It's going to be the inside line, I just remember that. And then this, we're going to cut the outside line on that one. I don't know, it's just something I do to keep track. It works.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they don't let me down. I always fought just to win the crown. I'm pissed off at these fucking clowns. I'm on top, they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Well, it's getting a little late in the evening. The sun's coming through our back window over there. But we got all the top up here fully welded. Now the other side I do have welded up pretty good too. It's just missing a few little spots and to fill in some of the little plug welds on the tubing there. But we're gonna let these sit and cool a little bit and then we'll move it off. We're not gonna quite get to mounting this on the Humvee yet. Now I did make the rest of the plates. Let me show y'all what I got. All right, well y'all saw me making this first plate here. This one was pretty simple. We just kind of cut it, notched that top part. I probably could have not notched it all that much. We do have some holes already on the front of the body here, so we're going to utilize those to mount this. That tube will sit about there, weld up there, and I'm thinking maybe putting one bolt up top here as well, sitting next to it. On our side plates here, this is quite a big plate. I don't know, I'm thinking once I weld the tube to it, figure out where my bolt holes are going to locate, I may end up taking out a portion just to lighten it up. As you can see, my marks here are going to cut that a little bit. Well, you can see that body line there, so we're gonna notch that just to kind of match that body line. On the back here, we're gonna do kind of the same thing. We're gonna have that plate there, and then we're gonna weld this back plate on. And with the back plate, I will notch out everything around here. Use some of our holes that are already located there, and likely these two bolt hole locations here in order to mount that to the back. We'll have the same thing on the other side here. I have another plate here. It's inside because I need a notch for this. And then this one was kind of the more difficult plate to make here, so I ended up making this. We do have a bend here in the body line. You also have a bend here in the body line. You also have a bend here in the body line, and our bolt locations up here is 2 up here and 2 down here, unlike the other side where it's all 4 up top here. Hopefully the wind's not cutting out on my voice, but again, we'll weld to the top and likely put another bolt hole location up top there. I came to this side of the Humvee because it's blocking our wind just a little bit so I can talk to y'all a little bit better, but those are basically our plate locations. Now remember, with mounting plates like this, we need plates on the back side as well. We don't want to just put a bolt through because it'll pull through the body. It's just aluminum body. I'll also likely be getting some like sheet foam, neoprene foam or something to be putting underneath all of these once I make them, once I finish them. We'll basically stick it on the inside, so there'll be a little bit of cushioning between our mounting plates and the body. I know that's not ideal for something like a roll cage or whatever. You want to sandwich it as much as you can, but with this is not a roll cage, so well, we're gonna do it. Hopefully that'll keep some of the noise down as well, in case there is a little bit of movement. Any rattling stuff will be negated by that foam. Anyway, I need to take this plate inside and cut that, and I need to cut the other plate on the other side that's already inside the shop. Once we do that, the plates are kind of ready to go. We'll need to flip over the roof rack, finish welding that. Then we can set it on top here and tack it on our plates. Alright, so it seems like every other channel is doing this, so well, I might as well too. I'm going to give y'all the challenge of getting this channel to 1,000 subscribers in the next 2 weeks. If so, we'll go ahead and buy a camera system on this and go ahead and install that, or install some rock lights on here as well. And that'll be an extra video I get out, not just our roof rack series here. So 2 weeks after posting this video, if y'all get me to 1,000 subscribers, y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Alright, well I finished welding up all of our tubing that I currently have on there, but now I'm thinking about putting some lengthwise bracing in here as well, probably 2, and I think I'm going to carry it along into the back section as well. But I have something I might want to do on the back section that I'm not going to do on the front, and we'll just have to see if that comes together or not on the back before I tell y'all. Anyways, it's still 30 degrees out, and so I am still cold. Welding was keeping me warm while I was doing it, and now I'm not welding anymore, so now I am a little chilly. So now I need to get to cutting some metal so it'll warm me back up. So I'm gonna get to doing that, and I'll be back. Well, probably not the best setup I could come up with, but I needed to lift it up off the ground because we are now welding on our mounts. Those are our back 2 mounts there. Our front mounts are up front. Well, obviously they're up front because they're called front mounts and they go up front. So we're just in the process of welding those up. In order to lift them up high enough where I can actually weld very well, I ended up having to put those boxes under there. So yes, I know, I could have come up with something better, but it works. So I ended up lifting this on top of the Humvee, ended up tack welding all the mounts where they need to be, and then just took it off, and now I'm just welding between the tacks. I just got that done. So I'm letting everything cool back off a little bit. Then I'm going to go back in and actually weld up around, well, through the tacks, I guess, and weld up the gaps that I have. Hopefully that keeps it from shifting around too much from that heat. Well, I got the Humvee plugged in, and no, it is not electric now. Little side project. I wanted to go ahead and get a little battery tender. So I got this little thing here. It actually mounts in the vehicle, stays connected, and then it just has a regular kind of plug that comes out. That's what I'm going to use right now. I don't have this little plug that goes in the front, the passenger seat there, so I basically just kind of have that hanging outside there so I can keep the batteries all juiced up and everything. But super easy install. Running 2 batteries, you want to go from the negative on one and the positive on the other. That'll basically charge both because the whole system here is still 12 volts. Red pulsing light there means it's charging, which also means I let these batteries sit a little too long. So that's gonna do it on this episode. We ran out of time on this weekend. I spent a little bit of time actually teaching my cousin how to TIG weld a little bit. I'm not the best at TIG welding, but I can at least get him started on it too. I guess there's gonna be more parts to this roof rack build than I thought, but we're getting it done and we're learning along the way. That sounds very corny. And we didn't pay thousands of dollars to just buy one to put on, so saving a lot of money, but it does take a lot of time. I hope y'all still liked the episode, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all next time.